guys. Welcome to your Wednesday donation flow. My name is Rachel Rodriguez, and I'm going to lead you tonight. If you want to find a single-seated position on your mat, just an easy seat, so crisscross applesauce. You can bring your hands on your knees if you'd like to. You can choose to really cue into that breath work that we're going to start with by placing your hand on your belly, maybe one hand on your heart, whatever is most comfortable and best for you to start. So go ahead, find that seat. We're going to find that those sit bones. So that's going to be that bonier part of your glutes. And then I want you to just bring your shoulders above your hips and see if you can just rest your head back enough to get those ears above the shoulders. And this is where we're going to find that breath. So as you breathe in through your nose, we're going to let our bellies just fill up with air. And then with the exhale, we're going to draw the belly button towards our spine. Maybe just letting a soft sigh out, even just a little audible. Maybe it's just like if you were to be fogging up a mirror or a piece of glass. So finding that rhythm of breathing. I'm going to open us up in prayer here. So Heavenly Father, I pray that you would just fill our spaces with your spirit life. I pray that you would be a tangible thing that we could feel as we move and breathe in you, as we worship you. Lord, we love you, and now more than ever, we just long for you and to have more of you. And so we pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen. So as you are finding that breath, I'm going to read tonight from Psalm 62. And just like always, the past few times that we've been doing this, I invite you into that breath prayer. So as I read these couple of verses, just maybe find something that sticks out in your mind, something, a word, anything that God is laying on your heart. I just listen for those things, even in just these couple of verses. So keeping up with that breath. David says, God, the one and only. I'll wait as long as he says. Everything I need comes from him, so why not? He's solid rock under my feet, breathing room for my soul, an impregnable castle. I'm set for life. So again, maybe finding that breath prayer. Maybe breathing in, everything I need comes from him. And exhaling, he's solid rock under my feet. Maybe you're just focusing in on what that would look like. What does it look like for God to be the solid rock under your feet? That he gives this breathing room for your soul. Heavenly Father, help us to focus in on this. Help us to be free from all distraction, free from anything that would be vying for our focus other than you. Lord, help us to focus in. So as you are here, wherever your hands were, go ahead and just place them on your knees. We're just going to start to find some movement here. So whichever direction you want to start with, you can just go ahead and start making some nice big circles. Inhaling as you come forward and then exhaling as you come back. So just nice, kind, gentle movements. Feeling out that body, checking in with what needs some attention tonight in your practice. And then whatever direction you started with, just go ahead and switch directions. Just making nice big circles. Again, inhaling as you come forward and then exhaling as you come back. And then after this last pass, you can just come right back up to a neutral spine. We're going to take some seated cat-cow. So same idea as when we're on all fours, but this time we're going to place our hands on the fronts of our shins. And then as we inhale, we'll scoop forward, open up in the chest. Nice little back bend here. And then with your exhale, you're just going to round out in the spine. So nice big movement, really pressing out between those shoulder blades, taking that chin towards your chest. And then deep breath in, scooping forward, big heart opener. And then exhaling and coming back. So you find a couple of these, just using your own breath here. Because everybody's going to have a different inhale and a different exhale length. So finding what's right for you. And then coming back up to the center. This time, you may totally stay right in simple seat. But if you want to switch it up with your feet, you may. You can either come into stacking those legs or flexing your feet. I got my my right foot on top of my left knee under my left foot underneath my right knee. Body parts are hard, you guys. Or if lotus is in your practice, you can bring that right foot into your thigh, like right in that crease, and then bring your left foot right into that crease. Whatever is for you, or like I said, you can stay in simple seat. So finding that space, we're going to just do a couple cactus arms flows. So as you're ready, we're going to inhale and bring your arms up overhead, nice big stretch, reaching towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and exhale them down. Let's take a couple more of those. Deep breath in, arms come up. See if you can really fill that belly with air without letting go of the ribs. So trying to keep that spine nice and straight, even as we fill up with air and bring the arms up overhead. We'll take one more of those. Deep breath in, arms come up. And then this time as you exhale, we're going to drop the elbows down towards our sides and then open up in the chest. So I'm really drawing my shoulder blades together, splaying my fingers wide open. And then next deep breath in, arms are going to come up. Exhale, elbows come down, open up in the chest and the shoulders. Deep breath in, arms come up back to the center. 2 more times, just on your own breath. Maybe you even tilt your head up towards the ceiling. Last one, just breaking up that tension in our shoulders and in our neck. And then deep breath in, arms come back up to the center, and then go ahead and bring them down. From here, we're going to send our right leg out nice and long. We're going to turn our hips out towards that outstretched leg, and we're going to take that rock star flow. It's a nice big full body stretch with a little back bend. I love it. Great for stress relief, and we all need that. So as you're ready, we'll inhale and bring our arms up overhead, and then just exhale over that right leg. So first we're going to hang out here for just a couple of breaths, just feeling that whole side body open up a little bit in that left hip. And then from here, we're going to flow that rock star flow. So as you're ready, we'll inhale and plant the hand behind you. And then draw the hips up high, reach nice and long with that right hand. And then exhale, coming all the way over that leg. So 2 more times. Feel free to use your own breath and not having to follow me here. And then coming all the way down, and then nice and slowly coming back up, and then we're just going to switch sides. So sending that left leg out, we're going to turn our hips, our torso towards that outstretched leg. We'll inhale our arms up and then just fold over that leg. And then we're going to take that flow on this side. So as you inhale, plant that right hand, lift the hips up high, nice big back head, reach long with that left hand, and then exhale all the way over that leg. Deep breath in, plant that hand behind you, and then exhale, last one. And then coming back over that leg, and then just nice and slow, we'll come back up. And then from here, we're going to come into tabletop. So coming into all fours here, we're getting our knees underneath our hips and our wrists underneath our shoulders. From here, we're going to send our right leg out long behind us. And then we're just going to cross it over that left foot. So I'm still nice and squared up in my upper body, towards the front of my mat, trying to stay square in my hips. And then from here, I'm just going to look towards that outstretched leg. So nice big stretch on the hips and then the back of that leg. And then just breathing here. And then from here, I'm going to send that leg out to the side. Toes are going to do their best to face forward. And then I'm going to rise up, bringing my arms up overhead, and then exhaling them down. We're going to take some side stretches here in this gate pose. Bringing those arms up overhead again. And then we're going to exhale and drop the right hand over to the right leg, and then just reach long with that left arm. Nice big stretch on that left side. And then deep breath in, back up to the center. And then exhale, drop that left hand. Really nice and heavy in that arm, getting that shoulder to stay away from that ear. And then deep breath up back to the center. Again, dropping that right arm to that right leg. Breathing in back to center. And then exhaling to the left. We're going to take it one more time. Deep breath in back to the center. Headed over to the right. Deep breath into center, over to the left. Great job. That should feel so good on those sides. And then we're going to plant the hands. And we're going to send our left leg out this time. So left leg goes out long. Square that body up towards the front of the mat, and then we're going to just bring that leg over the right leg. And then bring our gaze over to that left foot. Nice big stretch on this side. And then go ahead and swing that leg all the way out to the side. Again, toes face forward if they can. If they're on an angle, that's all right too. Deep breath in, arms come up high, and then exhale them down. We're going to flow those side stretches on this side. Deep breath in, arms up, exhale, drop it to the left first. Inhale back to the center, drop it to the right. Inhale back up to center. And again, you can do this on your own breath. We're just doing this 3 times on both sides. And then you can go ahead and plant those hands. Come back into tabletop. We're going to either let your knees come wide or you can let them stay close together. And we're just going to come into child's pose here. So sinking the hips down towards the heels and bringing our arms out nice and long. And then you can just go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat. Following that deep breathing, those deep breaths. God, the one and only, I'll wait as long as he says. Everything I need comes from him, so why not? He's solid rock under my feet, breathing room for my soul, an impregnable castle, I'm set for life. So one thing that I've been reading through the book of John, and just some things that God has been showing me is just how much love Jesus has for us, how much love God has for us. That when Jesus came, he came to be the perfect mirror of God. Jesus is everything that God is. So we don't have this God who is some mean, scary judge. And then we have Jesus who is who brings peace and love. They are the same. And in John, it talks about how we are only coming to the Father because he's called us. In John 6, it says, every person the Father gives me eventually comes running to me. And once that person is with me, I hold on and don't let go. This God that is the solid rock under your feet, the God who is breathing room for your soul, sent his Son so that when you come to him, he's never going to let you go. In a world where every day is uncertain, man, if you thought your life was uncertain before, how much more now? To put your trust in him. Put your trust in this God that has been trusted for thousands of years. So from here, we're going to come into our first down dog. So as you're ready, we're going to place or really press our hands into the mat. If you aren't already, we're going to curl our toes. And then after a nice big inhale, we're going to exhale and lift up through our ribs, setting our hips up nice and high. And if you want to too, just be nice and gentle with those legs, just pedaling them out. Mine are nice and tight. I don't know about yours. And after a few pedals, a couple breaths, we're gonna go ahead and send our right leg up nice and tall, keeping our hips square to the front of the mat. And then we're gonna look to the top, bring that knee into your chest, and see if you can just set it right down next to that right thumb. We're gonna stay on the ball of that back foot, and with our inhale, we'll come up right through the center. So really pressing this left hip forward and drawing that right hip back. Back leg is straight, but be conscious not to lock that leg out. We don't need super straight leg. I do that a lot. And I have to remind myself, nice and relaxed knee. Want to protect those joints. One more round of breath here, and then with your next inhale, we'll open up for warrior two. So arms come out long, shoulder blades are coming together behind you. We're pressing out through the back blade of the pinky toe. And we're trying to soften that tail, that sacrum, just under, so that low back space can just open up, release that stress and tension. And then go ahead and straighten that front leg, and we're just gonna drop that front arm. So arms are still, shoulder blades still coming back together behind you. And I'm still reaching long with that right hand and reaching long with the left hand. And if you want a little more, you can just turn your gaze towards that hand that's in the air. And then we're gonna frame that front foot. That back foot's gonna kick up to meet the front. And then we're gonna take a sun A to reset and take that on the other side. So when you're ready, bend in the knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down. Deep breath in, arms come up. And then exhale, dive it forward. Nice straight back as you come down. We're gonna take 2 halfway lifts. Deep breath in, palms to the shins. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Deep breath in. Lift up halfway, straight back, really drawing those hips back as this crown goes forward. And then exhale, fold, plant the hands, and we're gonna go right into down dog. If you want to take that chaturanga push-up and your up dog, you can do that. But if you're just sticking with it gently, you can go ahead and go right down into down dog. Once you're there, feet together at the back of the mat, left leg's gonna go up this time. And then looking to the top of your mat, bring that knee into your chest. Set it down next to that left thumb. We're going to set those feet up for a crescent lunge. Deep breath in, hands through the center. Same thing, bring your attention to that knee. Make sure you have a nice little bend in that knee. Next, inhale, open up for warrior 2. You can look to the side, or you can look towards that outstretched hand, whatever is right for you. Next, inhale, straighten the front leg. Drop that front arm. This front hip is getting tucked up and under the back hip. And then go ahead and frame that front foot. Keep the back foot up. We're going to take the sun A one more time. Deep bend in the knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down. Deep breath in, arms come up. This time, exhale, forward fold. 2 halfway lifts. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and either take that chaturanga push-up with the up dog, or you can go right into down dog, whatever is for you. We're going to hang out here for just a couple breaths, and then we're going to bring it on down to the mat. So finding movement if you need to, being nice and still if you need to. And then you can go ahead and let the knees come down and come right back into child's pose. Placing that forehead on the mat, arms come up overhead. Even this child's pose is a stress-reducing, anxiety-depleting pose. God, the one and only, I'll wait as long as he says. Everything I need comes from him, so why not? He's solid rock under my feet, breathing room for my soul, an impregnable castle I'm set for life. From here, we're going to inhale and just bring that right arm forward. And then as you exhale, scoop it underneath that left arm. We're just opening up the backs of that, or the back of that right shoulder. So I got the corner of my right forehead's on the mat. My hips can be nice and high here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring this left arm just behind you and then turning that heart up towards the ceiling. I'm just placing my hands in the crease of my thigh and my belly. When we don't know where things are going, when we don't know what to do, we have a God who reminds us that He is the foundation that we're standing on. Are you choosing to let Him be the foundation that you are standing on? Go ahead and bring that left arm back. If you had wrapped it, we'll untwist here. Deep breath in. Left arm is going to go up, and then you can thread the needle on this other side, reaching long with that right hand, opening up the back of that left shoulder now. Everything I need comes from Him, so why not? He's solid rock under my feet, breathing room for my soul. An impregnable castle, I'm set for life. Further on in that psalm, David says, my help and glory are in God. Granite strength and safe harbor. So trust Him absolutely, people. Lay your lives on the line for Him. God is a safe place to be. Go ahead and nice and slowly untwist. From that side, we're going to cross our ankles, come all the way down to our mats. So back to the mats, you can bring your knees into your chest and just rock side to side, massaging that spine for a moment. And then we're going to plant the left foot. I'm going to make a number 4 with my right leg. So I got my right ankle underneath my left knee. I'm going to flex my foot. And then you can either choose to stay here or you can draw that left knee towards you. So we're just getting a nice big stretch on that right side hip. You can stay nice and still as you bring that left knee forward and this right knee away from you. Or you can rock side to side. I like to rock in lots of my poses. It's just calming and feels good to me. Maybe it does for you too. As we look back on things that have happened in our lives, we can see now where God was working and helping. And I know that we are going to look back on this time and we're going to see those places too, where God was helping, where He was giving His grace and where He was changing us for good. And so just like we we have those foundations of those spiritual disciplines of spending time with Him and being in the Word and prayer. We have the foundations of the things that He has done before, so that we can put that trust in Him now. Nice and slowly, you can just switch up those legs. So my left leg gets to make that number 4, and I'm going to draw my right knee in as the left gets drawn away. Again, big stretch right here in that glute and in that hip. There is nothing else that you can put your trust in. No one is going to provide what you need the way God does. There is nothing constant like God. He is that fortress. He's the shade under His wings. He's the rest for your soul. He is everything. And go ahead and let that left foot come down. If you want to take a twist here, you can. Before we come down, if you want to send that left leg out long and bring that right knee across your body. This is really good for those evening yoga practices where we're maybe getting ready for bed. Nice big spinal twist. Then you can bring that leg back to the center. Left knees this time. Left arm out and then draw that knee across your body. And then you can bring that knee back to the center. If you want to, you can bring both knees in one more time. And then whenever you feel ready, we're going to end in Shavasana, just sending our legs out long. You can let your ankles, your feet just fall to the sides. Bring your hands on either side of you, tucking your shoulder blades underneath that chest. And then you can choose to keep up with that deep breathing if that's good for you, or you can just let that breath become natural. But I'm just going to read a few more verses from Psalm 62 and then pray. And as always, you can just stay here for as long as you're able. So lastly, Psalm 62. God, the one and only. I'll wait as long as He says. Everything I need comes from Him, so why not? He is solid rock under my feet, breathing room for my soul, an impregnable castle. I'm set for life. My hope and glory are in God, granite strength and a safe harbor, God. So trust Him, absolutely, people. Lay your lives on the line for Him. God is a safe place to be. Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for You. Lord, help us each day to be putting our trust in You, putting our faith and our hope in You, and not the things around us. Lord, help us to stay in tune with You. I pray that You would be so present with us that we could feel You in everything. Help us to remember what's important and remember the things that we just don't even need a Bible. We love you. I pray that we would leave our mats tonight changed. And yeah, again, just more in tune with you, Lord. That's my prayer for each and every one of us. And so thank you, and we love you, and it's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week.